Krishna, a wonderful name of our Lord. We have seen two different meanings of the word Krishna so far. One is that he is an embodiment of happiness and he creates happiness in this world. He gives happiness to the earth and the beings of this earth. The second meaning is he is all attractive, he attracts everybody to him. Now, Arjuna in the next three slokas addresses our Lord as Krishna, and all these appear in the 6th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, 6.34, 37 and 39. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramathi balavadhrudam tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudushkaram ayati shraddhayopeto yogachalita manasaha aprapya yoga sansiddhim kamgatim Krishna gacchati etanme shamshayam Krishna chetumarhasya sheshatah tvadanya samshayasyasya cheta nahyupapadyate. In three different slokas, that is 6.34, 37 and 39, Arjuna is addressing our Lord as Krishna, one of the favorite names of Arjuna. Now, in the very first sloka here, the 34th sloka of the 6th chapter, Arjuna says, Chanchalam hi mana Krishna. The mind is not steady, it is chanchala. It is turbulent. The mind is very powerful in spite of all this, but I am not able to conquer my mind. So what exactly should I do? Because the mind here is compared to a wind. Now, I am not able to control the wind, right? Nobody can control the wind. So also the mind is so difficult to control it. What exactly do I do is the first question of Arjuna. Krishna actually explains to Arjuna saying that yes, it is indeed difficult, but you can conquer it by your abhyasa and vairagya. By your steadfastness and by constant practice, you will be able to conquer your mind. Now, the next instance in the same chapter, when Arjuna uses Krishna, is he says that, hey Krishna, now one wants to learn this yoga. With all faith, he starts it. But he is not able to complete the process during this lifetime. So, what happens to such person? Is all his efforts wasted? Now, he in the next sloka, he gives an example of a huge cloud. A small part of the cloud now gets separated. And when a lightning happens, that cloud actually gets dissolved, right? So, is the effort of this person like that? Because he is not able to go here, he is not able to go there. What happens to him actually? So, Arjuna wants to get this particular thing clarified. Now, when we see little children in school, they want to answer a particular question, they want to answer another question. They're not sure if they can complete it within the stipulated time during their exam. So, the children will ask their teacher, do we have step marks for this particular problem? So, the teacher says, yeah, you have step marks, don't worry. So, Krishna also says, don't worry, nothing will happen to him. Whatever efforts he's taken will actually be useful for him, all right? So, the third time Arjuna uses the word Krishna is when he asks him like, hey Krishna, nobody else can clarify these to me, only you can help all these doubts being clarified. No, so in all these three instances, we understand that Arjuna wants to know really deep things which is beyond the birth of this particular janma of this person, because Arjuna wants to know what happens after this person dies. And the only person who can answer this question is Krishna. Because we defined Krishna earlier also. Krishir bhuvachaka shabdaha nascha nirvriti vachakaha tayor aikyam parabrahma. Which means that Krishi, we know, is bhumi. Naha means happiness. Now, when we join these two words, it refers to the Supreme Lord, the Parabrahma, who is Krishna. So, this particular thing, because Krishna is the Lord, he is Parabrahma, Adi Shankara addresses this explanation as Satchidananda Swarupa. Therefore, the Lord is the Satchidananda Swarupa, he is the Parabrahma, so he knows what happens after death. So, Arjuna wants Lord Krishna to answer this question. This is one. The other is Lord Krishna himself explains why only he can answer it in the 4th chapter, the 5th sloka. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha bahuni me vyatitani janmani tava charjuna tyanyaham veda sarvani natvam vetta parantapa. Here Krishna says that, hey Arjuna, you have had several births. I have also had several births. But the difference here is that you can't remember what happened to you earlier, but I can remember all the previous births I've taken. And this is because Krishna chooses to be born here. He is an avatar. While all of us here are forced to be born here because of our karmas. Therefore, Krishna remembers everything what happened. So, Krishna is the only right person to explain to Arjuna what actually has happened in the previous Janma and what will happen to a person who leaves it halfway because of his distractions or whatever happened in this Janma. What is the actual meaning of Krishna in these contexts is, it will be surprising for us to know that Krishna himself explains this in Mahabharata to Arjuna. What Krishna says is, Krishami Prithivim Partha Bhutva Kashnayaso Halaha Krishno Varnasya Ye Yasmat Tasmat Krishno Aham Arjuna. He says that Krishami Prithivim Partha, this beautiful earth is there. I actually become a farmer and I do the farming here. Bhutva Kashna Yaso Alaha. He says that I become the plow, and the plow is also explained by Krishna. It will be very interesting for us to know that. He says, I become a iron plow which is black in color in order to plow the earth. And he says, and because I am also a dark complexion person, Krishno Varnasya Ataha, therefore I am known as Krishna. Now, I was actually thinking, why should actually it be an iron black color plow which Krishna becomes? And then I realized that our earth is a magnetic field. Isn't it amazing that Krishna, who is supposed to be an all-attractive person, now attracts even physically by explaining himself as a iron black color plow, because the earth is a magnetic field. Now the iron is going to attract this magnetic field towards him. Therefore, Krishna akarshayati. So he attracts the earth and the people of earth because he is a iron which is in the form of a plow, where he uses himself to plow the land. Now another meaning which Swami Chinmayananda here says is that this is actually metaphorical. The earth is plowed, so also are his disciples, his devotees. So Krishna becomes a person who actually cultivates us. He actually weeds out all the poisonous weeds from us. He instills happiness in us. He prepares us to understand the higher reality. Therefore, Krishna is the best farmer, not only for earth, but it's also for every devotee of his. Now, in this context, Arjuna addresses Lord Krishna as Krishna, because Krishna is going to help Arjuna weed out all his doubts, all his confusions, and instill all what is required, the right knowledge that's required for Arjuna, thereby preparing him to face the war, preparing him to go on the right path of Dharma, and preparing Arjuna for happiness. So from this particular episode, this particular meaning of Krishna, what are we to understand in our life? What should we incorporate in our life? Here Krishna should also help us by cultivating us. He should help us cultivate our mind. We should permit Krishna by giving ourselves to him, by surrendering ourselves to him. Therefore, Krishna will be able to weed off all the unnecessary thoughts, weed off all the unnecessary habits, unnecessary things that we are doing, and instill a lot of important things, instill happiness in our minds. Therefore, we can go in the right direction. Therefore, let's recite Lord Krishna's names and be blessed.
Madhava Achyuta Krishna Hare Rishikesha Kesava Govinda Vasudeva Bhagavan Janardana